Welcome back. I hope you have thought about the question that I asked at the end of the last video, which was how do we go about finding the length of a curve C? And I'm sure many of you have thought about breaking the curve into small, tiny pieces. The reason is if you break it into small, tiny pieces, then each piece would be small enough that it will almost look like a straight line segment, and so then we can approximate the length of each tiny piece as the length of a straight line segment. So to break the curve into small pieces, let's pick points on the curve. And so let's pick points P0, P1, P2, dot, dot, Pi minus 1, Pi, dot, dot, Pn minus 1, and Pn. So we have picked, including P0, n plus 1 points on the curve. And if we break the curve along each of these points, then we are going to get n pieces or n arcs. So we have the first arc from P0 to P1, the second arc from P1 to P2, dot, 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 and the nth arc from Pn minus 1 to Pn. And I'm going to pick here one of these arcs. We're going to call that the ith piece. So the ith piece, where I is some number between, remember there are n pieces or n arcs. So the ith arc, where I is some number between 1 and n, will be between the points Pi minus 1 and Pi. Okay, so then here's how we're going to approximate the length of each piece. So the arc from P0 to P1 will be approximated by the line segment from P0 to P1, and the arc from P1 to P2 will be approximated by the line segment from P1 to P2, and so on. So the length of the curve C will be approximately the sum of the lengths of these line segments. Now, the notation here, when we write Pi minus 1 Pi with an absolute value sign, this is my notation for the length of the line segment from the point Pi minus 1 to the point Pi. So this summation here, this is the sum over all values of I from 1 to n of this length. So this is the sum of the lengths of all these line segments here. And so that is approximately the length of C. Now, clearly, the more points we pick, the better approximation we would be getting. So the larger the number of points n is, the number of breaking points n is, the better the approximation is. So we are going to define the length of C to be the limit as n goes to infinity of the sum I going from 1 up to n of the length of the line segment from Pi minus 1 to Pi. Okay, so the next question would be, how do we evaluate this limit, and is there a nice clean formula for the length of C? So we will answer that in the next video.